Hello everyone, my name is Lisa and I'm the Viet vegan because I'm Viet and I'm vegan and it's been a minute. Long story short, we were living in my mother-in-law's house for a while. I didn't feel the most comfortable filming in her house, and sometimes I had like equipment everywhere and having a toddler and just all the stars were not aligning and I wasn't really feeling like comfortable filming content. But now we're in our own space. We just moved to Durham. It feels good to be in our own space and I am finally able to actually film again because now Bean is in school. Hopefully this is an actual reboot of the channel. I'm hoping to make content once a week. I don't know if that's ambitious, but we'll see how it goes. I was gonna try and like clean up the kitchen, make sure that it like looks, you know, presentable, but you know what? I feel like that was just gonna derail me for actually filming content, and I really am trying to focus on just like getting stuff done. Honestly, this is kind of like the process that I'm going through anyway right now. My nails are busted. I need to fix them, but that'll be maybe a weekend project, maybe next week. I don't know, we'll see. But I am trying to clear out the kitchen because I have a problem, because I have 4 bins of food, various snacks, various ingredients, etc. And I'm gonna try to make it my personal project for the next 4 months to whittle them down. You might have thought, Lisa, shouldn't you have done that before you moved? And we did. And this is what's left. 1, 2, 3, 4 bins of food. And it's my goal to get it down to 1 bin. Realistically, some of it's gonna be snacks. Ow. Like a lot of these are like noodles and different ingredients, and granted they're in here because we have a mouse. I haven't seen the mouse in a while. I haven't seen any mouse activity, but to err on the cautious side, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So let me show you the situation here. It doesn't look great. This is a really good problem to have, that we have too much food. But unfortunately, I have ADHD, and if they're tucked away in bins like this, I don't see them, so I don't cook with them. And then I buy more things thinking that I don't have them, but really they're in the bins. So this is a problem, and I'm trying to fix it. So thankfully these cabinets are actually quite like shallow. So like they're only a foot deep, which could be a problem to some, but it's perfect for me because if it's any further than like 1 layer deep, I'm not gonna see it. So unfortunately, this is like not gonna change a whole lot. We have some rice that we need to eat through, and then that'll not live in here anymore, which will free up some space for some of these things. But I'm really trying to get everything in here eventually. But a lot of these are like, I don't know, like pasta, cereal, beans. Like maybe I'm just not a like whole dried beans person, but I do cook from beans a lot. I don't know. It's gonna be a rejigging of trying to figure out how I can fit into a smaller space, because this is not okay. Throughout the next 4 months, I will be picking like 4 or 5 things each week to like cook through so that I'm not storing food. And then from then on, I'm going to adopt a more like European sort of style of cooking, or even Asian style of cooking, where I only like buy the things that I'm gonna cook with, and then like I just cook with them. And if I ever wanna make something, I just buy the ingredients and then I cook with them, instead of having like a pantry storage situation. Granted, this bottom bin is like snacks and stuff for my kid. This is pasta, some cookies, more pasta, noodles. This is like some Asian ingredients. I think this is the bin that's gonna end up just kind of living around because I don't have space for all of the like noodles, dried mushrooms, etc. And then this top bin definitely can be eaten through. It's gonna be a process. First on the docket is this bin of dates. I need to do something with these dates. This is just too many dates for me to have at once. And the longer they sit on my counter, the drier they'll get, and the less likely I'll actually be going to eat them. Thankfully Bean does like dates, so I think I'm gonna try making date energy balls. So I bought this I bought this pumpkin seed butter because Bean can't bring peanuts to school. And I'm gonna try and make basically fat bombs with this for Bean, because we also can't bring nut butter alternatives. So I can't pack like wow butter or sun butter and jelly sandwiches, because I think parents are either not labeling, not disclosing that they are actually not peanut butter, or they're just bringing in peanut butter and saying that it's wow butter. So the school has just banned all nut alternatives in general. So I'm doing pumpkin seed. I feel like this is very obviously not nut butter. Dates, we'll see how it goes. This also might just end up being like an after school snack. I'm not really sure how into this Bean will be. But yeah, It doesn't even fit in the bins, so that's why this has to get going first. So let's make it. I've never made date balls before, so we're just gonna wing it. I looked at a couple recipes and none of them are doing exactly what I want it to do, so we're just gonna wing it. Some of them say to start with 6 dates. I need to use up more than that. I'm gonna do 10, I think. Maybe 12. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm kind of seeing why she said 6. I'm still doing 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that's what we're doing. I feel like, and then this is like, I don't know, like a 1/4 cup of oats. That's all I got for rolled oats. I only have steel cut oats right now. I think I'm gonna process this first just to get things going. This is like the best $200 I've ever spent, I think. So the pieces are like kind of chunked like this, but I think that's fine, especially if I'm adding other ingredients. So we're gonna add some pumpkin seed butter. I'm gonna say we'll do like half this jar. No, is that too much? Maybe we just do 2. That looks like a lot, honestly. That's like a 1/2 cup. Let's get this scooped up here. Okay, and then we'll do some chia seeds, I think. More fats, chia seeds, and then, oh, hemp seeds. That's a good idea. 2 tablespoons of hemp. We did like a tablespoon of chia seeds, 2 tablespoons of hemp. Should we just blend that? You know what? I think this needs salt. A little bit of salt. We're gonna blend that up. Okay, wait, that looks actually so promising. Okay, and then I think I add chocolate chips. I think I process this more. Yeah. This looks so good, actually. Wait, that's delicious. Wait, that's so good. Okay, chocolate chips. I don't know, like a 1/3 cup chocolate chips. The consistency is actually like pretty good. I want to say that's good. That looks good to me. I was not expecting that to be so good. Okay. Oh my God. Look at that. That's gonna be so tasty. I think I do put gloves on for this though, because this is gonna be a bit messy. It's not the most even. So we have some peanut butter, not peanut butter, we have some pumpkin butter layer, and then we have some date layer. I guess what I could have done is I could have gotten a scoop. That would have helped. A whittle guy. Oh my God, it's gonna be perfect. Okay, that's great. Why was this so much easier than I actually, this is like the problem with having ADHD, is that like these tasks in my brain get like blown up to these gargantuan proportions, and then I get kind of stressed out about it, and then I like get in my head about it. But this was actually very easy. I actually don't know if Bean is gonna like the chocolate chips because they're not like consistently ground in. Wait, the scoop was so big brain. I'm so smart. Go me. And honestly, if Bean doesn't eat these, I'm gonna eat these before I go to the gym. I wonder if I should add like puffed quinoa into this. I think Bean would really like that. Okay, wait, this made so many. So this made about 21. There's 20 here, but I ate the equivalent of 1. But like these look really good. They're very tasty. I think Bean is gonna like them. I will put a rough recipe in the caption. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pop these in the freezer, and then I'll just pull them out for Bean's lunches because today's Friday, and so they're not gonna eat these until next week. But anyway, fat bombs, energy bombs. This concludes episode 1 of Kitchen Cleanout Diaries. I don't know. We barely made a dent. We cleared this, so I can now remove this from my kitchen. Although, I have another, I will need more oats, so I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, we made a slight dent in this, but hopefully they go well with Bean. I can't imagine why they wouldn't. They're really tasty. But if those go well, then I'll just turn these into energy balls throughout the next couple months. This is probably enough to make 4 batches. This is really tasty. I got this from Farm Boy. I'm pretty sure this was like $11, I want to say. Maybe it was $9, something around that ballpark. So she ain't cheap, but really high in like a lot of stuff. So like 1 tablespoon has 4 grams of protein, 8% of your iron, 7 grams of fat. Are pumpkin seeds high in zinc? It doesn't say anything on here about zinc. Anyway, that concludes today's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it and are looking forward to more Chaos Kitchen content. And also a big shout out to all my patrons on Patreon for the last 3 years, because I've given you 0 content and you've still supported me. And I really, really appreciate you, helping me throughout the past couple years. I'm hoping to be able to give back with actual content now that I've got more free time. Thanks to going to school. So anyway, thank you so much for being patient over the years, for still being subscribed. I anticipate losing subscribers because people are gonna be like reminded that I exist. They're like, actually, I'm not about this. And that's fine. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an excellent day. Is that how I close these out? We'll workshop that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.